welcome to another video for Auto Solutions Checkpoint. It's Saturday morning, it's the 7th of January 2023, and it is absolutely minging outside. It's just rain, it's grim, it's not so nice. But on a plus side, we're going to look at a 2014 Ford Fiesta van with 150,000 mile on the clock. It's the, I think it's like a Z-Tech S or something, I'm not sure. I don't think it would be Z-Tech because it's diesel, but it's like the sporty van. It's white and it looks nice. The guy's got it advertised for £2,000, so I thought, why not? I'll go and have a look. What's the worst that can happen? Obviously I'll need to do a car vertical check on it, just in case it's had more hits than the Beatles. But at £2,000 in today's market, I would say is a bargain. But we'll see when we get there. We'll take it from there. Okay, I'm 4 minutes away from the van. I'm just taking a cut through Addiewell. The vehicle is in West Calder. I've decided not to do a car vertical until I actually get there and I'm satisfied that the vehicle's okay. Because I don't know, I feel like I'm throwing money into the wind when it comes to these car verticals. Actually going to visit cars and there's no a good outcome with it. So yeah, I just want to make sure that everything's okay with it before I do this, and then it'll save me a wee bit of cash. Okay, sat-nav's just telling me 1 minute away, so it should be quite easy to get to. I have a funny feeling it's up towards the shops. I'm really sure I've seen this wee van in the passing. That's the garden over on the left hand side here. That's it. I looked at the wee van. The van itself does have a few wee problems he didn't disclose on the advert. Engine management light was on and the battery light was on as well. The back box looked like it had been in a canal, it was rotten. What else? The side skirts were held on with screws. But the vehicle itself, it's like 152,000 mile on the clock. It starts fine, it drives fine. There's a wee bit of a clunk off the front, which I think maybe it could be a top suspension mount. But I thought I would win with my size 12s. Offered £1,500 for it. The guy was basically determined he would get more than that, and that was what weight was left. So I left. I sent him a message just saying cheers for letting me have a look at it, blah blah blah. So he messaged back and he says the lowest I would go is £1,750. Now I sat and I crunched the numbers of what I would need to spend on it. What I did, whenever I was there, I plugged it into the top gun, and it's pointing to the alternator. It's got a smart charging alternator, and I think that's what's faulty right now. That's causing the light to be on, because it came back like a load of fault codes consistent with low voltage or no communication with the generator alternator. So obviously bearing that in mind, the cost of an alternator, the cost of a backbox, and also an MOT, whatever it'll need for an MOT, whatever, and plus tidying it up, I would really be at my threshold at £1,650 in order to make a bit of a crust off that. So that does what weight was left. I messaged him back just to say that. So he then says that he's got somebody from Aberdeen coming down to look at it and he would let me know. So that's what weight's left. At the moment I don't have a Fiesta, but if this video goes out, I've got it. Basically bearing in mind it's a van and I'm not expecting it to be showroom condition, but obviously I'm interested in it if there's meat on the bone, if I can make a crust off that. So I need to work out what my outlay for it is and my time as well, and obviously getting it as ship-shape as I possibly can. There's a few wee bits around it, a couple of wee tiny rust patches where you usually go, like round the bumpers, where the bumper meets the panel. You know, they're just wee silly things, they're not cold or anything or big awful looking things. The car itself would tidy it up. Would definitely be removing the stickers on the side and possibly the barbecue on the bonnet. don't know if I like the fact that it's got fake bonavents on it. Either you have bonavents or you don't. I think the fake bonavent thing is, I don't know, a bit tacky, to be honest. Needs a wee valet on sides. I wouldn't say it's completely offensive. In the back it is minging, but it's a van. I reckon with a tidy up, a new back box on it, I think it'll be jamming. I think it'll be a lovely car once it's all cleaned, and maybe different stickers or something, you know. I know a guy that can make stickers, myself. Maybe do something nice with it. Possibly I could do the tiger stripes like what I done on the black ST years ago. I wish I had been doing the YouTube channel when I had the ST, because that would have been really good content for you, because I managed to turn round a car with a wrecked engine, rebuilt the engine and run it for 6 months. I put fancy discs and pads and exhaust and everything on it, and put tiger stripes up the side of it, and, you know, kind of reliving my youth. But aye, fingers crossed the guy gets back to us with this van. Hopefully we'll get a wee van for the channel. Hi guys, so if you are new to my channel, this is what Car Vertical looks like. So basically it does a full check of the vehicle. It leaves no stone unturned, so any form of information online it gathers up. So just say for instance the vehicle was read off, you could get pictures of it, possibly in like a co-part or insurance photos, anything like that. You can also check and see if there's any finance owing on it, any mileage discrepancies, logbook loans, if it's been read off, what categorization it is. It also checks MOT history. It basically tells you what extras your vehicle left the factory with, so you can compare it with your vehicle. And another handy thing, it tells you if your vehicle has been scrapped, exported, imported. The amount of times that I've heard somebody tell me that they've bought a vehicle and it turned out to be an ex-taxi and it wasn't disclosed to them, or for argument's sake it was a hire car, you know, or courtesy car, things like that. You know, is unreal. At least with Car Vertical, it goes through all these checks the database as well. So it means you're going to buy a vehicle with that extra bit of information that you could possibly bring the price down as well, you know. But obviously it's up to yourself if you want to buy a vehicle without doing this check, but it's just stupid if you don't. Using this website, or you can even download the app, think about this in the long run. You could buy something with a marker against it that can affect its value. So obviously if it's categorized or whatever, the value of it is going to be a lot less than what the market value is for it. So bear that in mind. You know, it's good to have this information when you're going to buy a vehicle, because you'll suffer in the long run, and plus it can come back and bite you on the butt whenever you go to sell the vehicle if you don't do these checks, because if it's illegal to sell a vehicle without disclosing if it has a marker towards it. So just bear that in mind. It's not a good look, to be honest. Hi guys, it's Sunday the 8th of January and it's my only day off of the week, and I am absolutely dying. Throat, chest, the whole shebang. Just feel absolutely terrible. The only thing that's kept me going today is my kids being around me. So I decided I would message the fella with the Fiesta just to ask how he got on with the supposed buyer from Aberdeen, and he messaged back. He just says the guy was a time waster, come up with some excuse that he needed to go to work or whatever, so never come out. I said to him, look, if he reconsidered my offer, so basically put a counter offer down of $16.50, you know, and played it by ear with that, but he wasn't for having it and was wanting to hold out till this guy from Aberdeen came. So he just says, look, $17.50, at least I'm no bothered with hundreds of messages, so I've reluctantly went to £1,700, even though it's against my principles. But I want the wee van, and I'm gonna have a wee look tonight, pricing parts up and that for it, and hopefully it'll be a quick turnaround on it. Obviously I can get it back to the garage tomorrow and have a look over it and see if it needs any crazy stuff, but I can't see it needing a lot. Maybe definitely the backbox needs changed. The slight wee clunk off the front, but I had a wee feel around the springs and that, and the springs were fine, so I'm assuming it could be a top suspension mount or something, but I'll be able to check once it's up on the ramp. Engine's really dry and starts and drives alright, goes through all the gears fine. I've already paid for it, I just sent him my backs. The guy's sound anyway, he's not going to run away with my money, and plus I know where he lives. But anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and obviously we'll get the van in and get it looked over. Absolutely knackered, I think I need my bed. See, even machines break down there, you know. Right, so I've just parked up a wee bit away from Mason's nursery, because I've got the trailer on, I can't get it up in. So, drop him off and then go and collect the Fiesta. I just made the bags transfer late last night. The guys confirmed it's went through, so all that's left is to go and collect it. Ordered up an exhaust for it. I've also ordered a alternator, and I think that there's it just now. So I'm just coming up into West Calder now. The sun's out. Really don't understand this weather these days. I'm still dying, but just gotta get on with it. Being self-employed isn't what it's all cracked up to be. You just gotta get up and go to work regardless. But I'll go and I'll get this loaded up. I'll take it away and I'll do a video walk round, because I didn't think it was appropriate videoing round the car at his house. A good start today. I've got a puncture, well, a couple of punctures on the trailer. I don't know what's happened. One of them I can't find the leak and it's flat as a pancake, and the other one has a nail in it, and can't make this up. Okay, I've pulled over and we're going to get a wee walk round and let you see what it's like. Okay, so here we go. Round the back end actually looks alright. Just a wee bit of chipping round the bumper. Needs a good wash. A wee touch in here and there, in here too, and on the sill, just get chipping on the sill, and see, got a couple of screws holding it on, so I'm going to take all that off, treat in behind it, and seal the sills on, and obviously do the wee repairs on the holes as well. It's a sporty looking yoke, but I don't know about these things. Plus, they're facing the wrong direction. Could you imagine you put your car in for somebody to put vents on, and they've put them in like this, and they were actually real vents? Your engine would be saturated at every opportunity. So I'm missing a wee bit of trim. That wee, it's like a wee mud flap or something I'm missing off the other side. It's got a couple of little dings. It's got a wee ding on the wing. I think that's a wee ripple. That's out the way. That's strange. And a couple on the corner as well, but it's a relatively nice looking little van. Let's not forget it's a van. I'm going to be removing the stickers off it. I'll maybe come up with something jazzy for it. I'll just do the stickers myself. Aye, and get the exhaust on it, get an alternator on it as well. Just needs a good wee clean up inside. It'll be lovely. Interior's no bad, it's wearing pretty well for the mileage, but like the bolster's fine, but over here it's got a couple of little tears. That's obviously been like a zip in somebody's pocket or whatever. It's got 151,000 miles on the clock. It's got nice wee black accents in the dashboard. Roof lining, it's not too bad. But as you can see, it's got quite a lot of flaking along the sill. And obviously here with the seatbelt, closing it over on the seatbelt whenever it's hanging down. Okay, so the plan is, before I continue, I'm going to plug in the top gun and give it a little read, see what's what. So get the lights on, hopefully the radio doesn't blast. Here we go. Now I've already had this plugged in whenever I was viewing the vehicle, so I know what's what with it, but obviously I didn't delete anything. At least I'll be able to show you what came up on the health report. But I noticed there was one thing, that the ECM wasn't coming up on the search for some reason, and I don't know what would be causing that, but it done a really quick scan. So the majority of these faults were to do with the voltage. So everything else is fine, but there's nothing has come up for the ECM, so I really don't know. We'll clear and see where we'll go from this. Hopefully, see, the thing is, I've got like a squeaking from the belt, so that would indicate the tensioner maybe, I don't know. I'll give it a little start now, see if anything comes up on the dash.
1 minute till self-destruction.
There we go, there's a battery light on. So could it be wiring, or could it be the alternator? I found a bit of space that I could get this in and get it checked. It's quite a busy afternoon. So we'll get this up in the air and see what secrets lie beneath, if any. Anything that it'll need, we'll just get it ordered and get it done. Yeah, that spring's very corroded. It's right at the top. Quite a lot of corrosion. I think the best thing to do with this here one would be just get it all cleaned up and undersealed. As you can see, this is why we needed a new backbox. It's just not consistent with the rest of the car. You know, looks like it's been left in a canal for about a year and then put on this. Seems to be a single pipe all the way up for some reason. So we'll be needing a wee clip for the side skirt up here. And here as well. See, I never understand people, see when they start putting things like this in. So moronic. I'll need to get a wee cap for that as well. What my intentions is to do with this here is to remove the skirts and treat underneath, give it a good clean up and treat it with an underseal. Now obviously you'll never see the black underseal unless you take the skirts off. We'll just tidy it up and give it a bit longer in life, doing round the arches with body sealer as well. Because, see, to be honest, like it's rough like round the edges, but it seems to be quite well maintained, because the service history book says so. And I wouldn't doubt it, because usually the DV6 engine has a leak of some description. Just comes part and parcel to it being French. Not too sure where that plate is coming from. What I'll do, I'll put this, I'll put the phone in a tripod and I'll move the wheel from side to side to see if we're getting any play on the track rod end, or if it's on the drumstick of the steering arm. Yeah, it's coming in. It's needing a track rod end, so I think the plan would be put a new track rod end on it and get the wheels aligned, because the steering wheel is sitting a wee bit out. So I think that'd be a good line of protocol. That's what will be causing the wee rumble whenever I'm going on the uneasy road surfaces. I reckon the thing will tidy up. It's never going to be a show winner, especially for the money I paid for it. But I can make a good wee honest vehicle out of it, because it's got the service history to back it up. The only thing I'm noticing about this exhaust is it seems to be a single pipe going all the way through to the back, but what I've ordered is just a backbox, so I don't know. I think what I'll do, I'll check online now and just double check, just in case that person has sent the exhaust out already. And it's needing a back tyre as well. It's got a little bulge here. Obviously it's irrelevant to check that because it'll be getting replaced. It's a good honest dry engine bay, just crusty. Obviously there's no holes or anything, but surface rust. I reckon it would clean up quite nice. Engine's really dry. Just demonstrate. This was the first thing I checked. Because usually how you can tell that one of these is been poorly maintained, it's usually caked in carbon and like oily substance and that all over the top here, along the wiring and that. But for 151,000 miles, it doesn't look to be majorly tampered with. Just everything's dry, like round over the bonnet thing and that. We just need to grease everything up and give the engine a good power wash as well, because at least I've got the video evidence that it was nice and dry. It's not hiding anything, so I would say it'll be worthwhile dressing it up a bit. Alternator, I'm sure I'll not be able to access it from the top. I think the headlight needs to come out and bumper as well, and quite possibly the intercooler will need to come off to allow me access in to the alternator. But it's all the little things that help, and obviously if I can get all the wee mechanical things sorted, so alternator, track rod end, tyre, exhaust as well, we'll be jamming. There shouldn't really be any dramas with this. obviously the mechanical things will be out of the way. It'll just be a case of getting it sorted cosmetically and undersealing underneath, just get it tidied up and get it looking its best. Because for 2014, I would say I would like it to look a good bit better than this. Obviously, if I'm planning to sell it on, I'll need to decide what sticker work I'm going for on it as well. Because I want it looking smart, I want it to stand out as well. It was just whenever I went to look at this here initially, I had such a laugh with the guy about these. I just said to him, I was like, did Stevie Wonder fit these? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, the vents are going the wrong way. Like, if they were real vents and you paid somebody all that money to hack into your bonnet, fit vents, and you fitted them like that, you would absolutely scare them. Because at the end of the day, vents like that, you're just going to get water all in your engine. I think it should be going the other way, to be honest. Right guys, so there you have it. As you know, I drink from a glass half full all the time. I like to look at the positives. I like to look at the positive side of a bad situation. And see, to be honest, I don't think this has been a bad buy, to be honest. I think it's been quite an honest buy for me. Just see how it pans out. I don't think it needs a lot mechanically, and tidying it up. At the end of the day, it's just a few things it needs. The likes of the wee cap on the sill, on the side skirt. Need the wee cap here as well. Let's see the little cap there. Let's leave the side skirts put on properly. So what my intention is to sort out underneath with the underseal. Then put a sealer for the side skirts onto the body, so there's no screws involved. If I do need to use screws, they'll be well hidden, and then any of the holes that are remaining, just fill them in and sand them and fix them in. Just try and get it looking its best. I think quite possibly the benefit from a little polish to bring the paintwork up. There's a few wee scuffs on the bumper as well. I'm going to try not to be too fussy, but at the end of the day, I want it looking its best for maximum profit if I decide to sell it. But at the moment, I've had a few people show interest in it and I've only got it, but it's people I know, and I'm not really going to make anything selling to somebody I know, because 9 times out of 10 they'll be looking for the handout. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I've got this in order to make a profit. That's how I roll, that's how I make my money. I don't do this here for the good of my health. But anyway guys, use the site, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next video. But 10-10 over and out.